Hey guys, it's Matt Miller with American Wire, and today we're looking at this heated clip of Patrick Bet-David, who is a conservative, patriotic immigrant who built his company in America, and he takes apart this liberal media commentator, David Packman, who's trying his best to defend Joe Biden, but he just can't, and it all falls apart. Watch it right here.
If you were to ask the average person who voted for Biden,
Sure.
they didn't vote for Biden.
Okay.
They voted against Trump.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I'd have to look at exit polls. Is that true?
So is that where you go to?
Something like
for
that.
For a guy who, if this is your space,
Yeah.
what's your podcast about?
What is it about?
What's your show about?
News and politics?
You should know this stuff. You're the expert. I brought
I just
you here.
don't remember that offhand. Let's find it right now.
But this is your world. Like if you ask me questions on business, I'm going to say, let me give you my feedback on what I think about business.
Yeah.
You invite me on your podcast, and hey, Pat, I want to talk about business.
Let's do that.
I have no problem with it to do that part. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're coming here saying what you're saying,
Sure.
and then I ask you a simple question of, so the same thing can be said about people that voted for Biden. Yeah, I'm going to vote for anybody. Dude, nobody would show up when Biden would speak. Did you not see his tour when he was going campaigning?
Patrick, you're not really doing this, are you?
You're
doing this?
I'm actually curious where you're going to go now.
Biden wasn't even doing events where, this is the Biden one from the basement thing.
Yeah.
I have a counter to this entire, and I want to just be really clear. I don't really care about defending Biden in any particular sense. I just think he was the better option than Trump. I feel like I'm being framed as this Biden lover who's going to defend everything Biden
I'm not
did.
doing that. You may be thinking I'm not doing that to you.
What
I'm asking,
what I want to say about this is,
can you pull up Biden's rallies when he was running for president? Go ahead. Let's see the pictures. But go ahead.
Biden didn't do a campaign the way Trump did it. And the funniest thing to me about
neither has anybody done it like the way Biden's done it. He hid.
But hold the guys.
This was during COVID, though.
Yes. Let's back up for a second.
Look how beautiful that is.
Well,
these are
because
COVID
it's
rallies.
COVID.
Oh, stop it.
Patrick,
You got to be kidding me.
Can I tell you something?
Pat,
this is really
You're
the
telling
height of
me
COVID.
you
seem silly when you do this.
Here's what I'm willing to do. What I'm willing to do.
Please.
I'm willing to give him $1 million of my own money right now to go try to fill up an arena.
For what? What's the point?
Oh, no.
To show that nobody is inspired by this guy.
This is not silly.
No, but
what's silly is for you to assume people voted for Biden. They voted against Trump, is what they did.
Many did, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but what you just said.
I said I don't know what the percentage is. All I'm saying is I don't know the percentage.
But it's your world, though. This is like if you're gonna sit here and talk about how bad the Trump voter is, and let me tell you, these people, all they care about is his personality for it, outside of the taxes and all this other stuff. And then I ask you a question, and I say, so why did people vote for Biden? Many of them voted because they just didn't want Trump. Yeah, I don't know the numbers on that. You should know those numbers.
So right off the bat, we know that this is total baloney, what David Packman's trying to get away with here. He's pretending to not know that Americans are not enthusiastic about Joe Biden. If you ask anybody on the left, and I've done it for other videos, I've done interview videos where I've been in the heart of New York City, liberal New York City on NYU's liberal college campus. This should be Democrat Central right here. And you ask them, what do you think of Joe Biden? Can you describe Biden in 2 words? They tear him apart every single time. They hate him. To them, he's an old racist white man who's out of touch, who doesn't represent their interest. And obviously, conservatives and Trump people, it's a given. They don't like Biden. America reluctantly voted for Joe Biden because they believed, it's a tragedy, it's a shame, but they believed the media about Trump. They believed what the media was saying about Trump, the hit pieces, the total BS hit pieces that they would come out with every single week, just added up. Even if they were all disproven and shown to be lies later, they had an impact. They scared people about Trump, and then they reluctantly voted for Joe Biden because they saw him as a safe lesser of 2 evils. That was the slogan. That was the true slogan of the 2020 election: the lesser of 2 evils. And because people, if they didn't like Trump already, they bought into the media's story. Now, David Packman, he's put in this position that I think a lot of Democrats find themselves in, which is they have to prove that Joe Biden's better than Trump. And it's actually a very difficult thing to do when we see Joe Biden getting lost on stage, forgetting what he's supposed to say or even where he is. He doesn't even know where he is half the time or what he's supposed to be talking about. And saying like nonsensical gibberish during a speech, falling asleep during events. He is clearly not well. He's not mentally capable of being our president right now. And I think that any honest person just looking at him day to day can see that. So the Democrats, they're still faced with that argument they need to make that Joe Biden is a better choice than Trump. And yeah, you know what? To them, Trump is the guy who comes across mean and rude and not politically correct. And he wants to build a wall to control the border and to control who's coming into this country. God forbid. He wants to not get taken advantage of on the world stage, not get taken advantage of by China. He doesn't want to fund foreign wars endlessly with American tax dollars or get involved militarily and send American young men over there to go fight and die in a bunch of foreign wars and to continue to feed the military-industrial complex. So this is Trump's agenda, and maybe that's not their jam. They don't like that. They disagree with it. But it's a very hard case to make that the guy who's a literal incompetent is better for the country than the guy who they disagree with on some key points. And I know that they hate Trump personally. They hate him for who he is as a person. He's strong. He's a capitalist. He's a thick-skinned, blunt-speaking entrepreneur, and they hate that figure. They hate everything about that. They want somebody who represents their woke ideas, or at least is going to be malleable to their agenda. I love Patrick Bet-David's line here. He said he would pay Biden $1 million to try to fill a stadium. Can you imagine that? Could Joe Biden fill 25% of a stadium? And he's showing the pictures here of the COVID rallies. Granted, that was during COVID when people were social distancing, and especially those on the left took that extremely seriously. So those pictures maybe aren't representative of what he would be able to pull now. But just the idea that Joe Biden could go and fill up the stadiums that Trump is with the same kind of energy that they have for Trump. And Packman says, well, that wasn't his campaign strategy. He didn't have events like that. He doesn't do that kind of thing. He doesn't do that kind of thing, I think, because he can't. He doesn't have the energy and the charisma to do it. He doesn't have the strong, loyal, energetic followers that Trump has. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this conversation, this back and forth here. Who do you think's right? Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.